Today's video, we're going to be talking about the market crashing even more over the weekend, and as a result, what sort of investments you guys will be able to make. So, just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the market and what it's going to do over the weekend and therefore all the investments we can make. So I guess first off, let's just talk about the general market. The general market has dropped quite a lot this week, but do not be surprised. This is a completely normal trend to happen going into early November, and the reason this occurs is because there starts being more panic selling around Black Friday than ever. Now, this is also added even more to by the upgrade SBCs we get. Now, normally midweek we'll get 1 upgrade SBC. This week we've had 3 upgrade SBCs. Well, why do upgrade SBCs drop the market? They drop the market because people don't really care about gold cards. People would much prefer to gamble on getting better stuff. So this week we got ourselves the 100 Centurion, 80k. We got ourselves the 85 upgrade, 20k. And we got the RTK pack, 60k. Which meant amongst 2 days we had 140 there, another 60 there. 180k's worth of SBCs, with including 40k's worth of SBCs being repeatable every day. And what this has done is everyone's gone and sold 100k's worth of stuff to go and do these. That's why, again, we see a lot of players, especially players that are very common in people's teams, just dropping really badly this week. Now, the normal trend is that stuff will drop Friday to Sunday, but it's continued dropping even more so this week because of the upgrade SBCs. Now, the question is, when will it stop dropping? It won't. Now, here's quite an interesting example, because someone in my stream was saying, oh, Van Persie's dropped quite a high percentage, is he going to rebound? And Van Persie dropped 480k, and he's now down here to 340. And I thought, well, you know, maybe he will rebound. But do you know what might be an interesting thing to look at? How were icons this time last year? So we look at Van Persie, and we're going to go and find what he was early November. Now, here is Friday the 4th of November. And here is Friday the 3rd of November. Obviously we're on like a leap year, gap year, blah blah blah. And last year what happened was he dropped Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, had a little bit of rebound Monday to Tuesday, but then dropped Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. Friday to Saturday, sorry. Which basically is the equivalent of him dropping non-stop with 0 rebounds between today and Saturday. I personally think he'll drop through to Sunday just because that is the trends this year. But last year he dropped from 500k to 260k. Well, that's quite comparable because this year he's dropped from 480k already down to 340. But we do believe there's still more steam in the tank. We're basically right here the equivalent of him being 340. His favourites literally drop under 300k by Sunday. And again, this is for multiple reasons. One, people just are not really that interested in these sort of cards, and because they're not that interested in these cards, they've kind of stopped rising. I mean, you can see Van Persie right here. The kind of interest peaked 2 weeks ago, and then since that, he's kind of just been going down and down and down. And that's because there's more supply each week of this card than there is demand, because the supply is consistently increasing as there's more and more Van Persie's packed, right? But what we're consistently having people, one, upgrading from Van Persie, and therefore that makes the demand go down. We've got people who want to go and try the brand new promo cards. That's making the demand go down. So all whilst the supply is going up because people are packing more of them, the demand is going down. And that the supply and demand, I guess, equilibrium kind of peaked 2 weeks ago. In terms of 2 weeks ago, he was being more demanded than he's being supplied, and now he's dropping. We can see the same with something like Valverde. Valverde, I think it was about 3 weeks ago the supply hit the demand. No, sorry, it was 2 weeks ago the supply hit the demand. And a lot of people are panicking about Mbappe, but in reality, what's happened is later and later and later through the year, the more and more expensive players, the supply is starting to increase more than the demand. So again, 2 weeks ago it was someone like Valverde, but this week it's someone like Hansen, and someone like Mbappe, and someone like Neymar. We can see right here, Hansen didn't drop when Valverde dropped. She dropped 1 week later. And this is just the general trend, is the more expensive the player, the longer it takes for them to start dropping. The only reason that cards are rising is if they're used as a link investment, but other than that, the week in, week out trend on these cards is they're dropping. So, out-of-pack players are basically just consistently dropping. Impact players are basically just going to consistently keep dropping. So where on earth is the investment? Now, the investment is in a few cards. There's not many if we look at this week's trends. The trends that work this week, which we're going to be going for next week, is first buying the players that are released on the Sunday promo. So obviously we've got Triple Threat coming this weekend, and if we look at buying the players that were released on the Sunday of the Centurions, if that makes any sense, that was Werner and Giallo. Now Werner and Giallo were buys Sunday, basically the midnight between Sunday and Monday. We can see right... Where is it? There it is. Sunday midnight he was 117, and he got all the way up there to 137 Monday morning. Even in the afternoon of Monday he then got back up to 125. Not too good of a trend, but if we go and show you the likes of Thiago Dallo, it worked a bit better. He went from 71k all the way up there to 120k, but then he even had a second rebounder there to 86. So 71 to 86, and even the Timo Werner, you would have broken even or made money if you sold early in the morning. Shows that buying the minor release players, or the players who are released in the minor release on the Sunday and then selling on the Monday, is a trend that's basically been working for the last 3 weeks now, and it even worked last week. So that's the first sort of card you're going to be looking, and that's going to be buying whoever's in the Triple Threat in the mini release on the midnight between Sunday evening to Monday morning. Now the second trend that worked was buying the likes of the meta team of the week. But Harry Kane worked pretty well. I mean, we can have a little look and see if Haaland worked. Harry Kane on the Sunday evening, if we can go and grab him, was here. Harry Kane got down to 103. Harry then proceeded to rebound up there to around about, I think he got to like 112, 115. So it's about 5-6k profit in less than 24 hours, which was decent on Harry Kane. Did the same happen with Haaland? I couldn't be too certain. Sunday evening he got down to 607. Monday he rebounded 650. So yeah, also worked with Haaland. And again, you could probably even have sold Haaland a few days later. So the top end meta cards, so if we look at the current team of the week, we'd be talking the likes of Salmala Paralolu, second informed Grimaldo, informed Dembele, and informed Upamecano and informed ter Stegen. We look at buying all these cards on the Sunday, what's it called? Sunday midnight, and then looking at selling them on the Tuesday midday is normally the trends with the likes of team of the weeks. So that's two things we can already buy. Now the third thing that we're going to be talking about buying is going to be fodder. Fodder is basically one of the safest bets to go invest in. The only problem with fodder is obviously it depends on what's needed for what SBCs, but the buy time is anticipated to be Saturday, just like it was last week. Now, I'm expecting a brand new hero SBC this week because I don't think they're going to go and re-release the hero and icon SBC we've already had re-release. So I do think that slightly higher rated fodder will perform better next week than it did this week. But if we go look at the likes of the low rated, we can see that these were the cheapest on Sunday early morning. There you go. Sunday early morning, these were the best to go and buy. So 83s, Sunday early morning. We can see 84s were the cheapest. Sunday basically early morning to midday. We then head to the likes of 85s. These were the cheapest to go and buy. They're the cheapest to go and buy on Monday because I don't think they were overly needed for the icon SBC. But again, I'd keep it Sunday morning to midday. And then anything more expensive than an 85 this week was cheapest on the Sunday evening, Monday morning. And they were only the cheapest on the Sunday evening, Monday morning because they weren't needed for the icon SBC. But I would gamble that the icon, well, the hero SBC that I think we're going to get this week will have higher requirements because it should be a better SBC. So what I would look at investing in would be 83s, all the way I'd say up to 87s, and I'd look at buying them basically Sunday morning to Sunday midday. Now, this trend will be different if we get an exceptionally well-demanded SBC on the Saturday, aka if the SBC is good enough on the Saturday to rise fodder more than it's panic sold, you're going to go and buy on the Saturday. But we've got to kind of wait and see. At the moment, there's no players lead for the upcoming promo, let alone SBCs. So we, can't really call at the moment if Saturdays you're going to buy before the Saturday SBC because we don't know the player. But more likely than not, we're going to look at Sunday morning through to Sunday midday. This is what are we in now? GMT. And again, these did drop on the Monday because they weren't needed for the icon SBC, which means any fodder that isn't needed on the hero SBC this Sunday, I do anticipate to buy. Then what you can do is you can go and buy that fodder. We're more probably looking here at 88s, 89s, 90s and 91s because we do have the Mbappe, well, potential Mbappe POTM on Tuesday. But the best player is going to be going and buying 83s all the way through to 86s and 87s Sunday morning through to Sunday midday. Third buy we're going to look at is going to be the likes of Team of the Weeks. Team of the Weeks are going to be a little bit more risky this week because they're not going to go down to discard prices. Because they're not going to go down to discard prices, it just means there's an increased risk. So Team of the Weeks only hold a high value if they're required. Which means that what you can do is you can wait till the Hero SBC comes out on Sunday, then buy Team of the Weeks, because if Team of the Weeks are needed for the Hero SBC on Sunday, then they will go down. Likewise, if they're not needed on Monday or Tuesday upgrade SBCs, they'll go down. So at the moment, I would say you're not going to go and buy these Sunday morning to midday. I would literally only buy these cards unless one, they go down to 12k, which I think is extremely unlikely, or two, if they go down to 12k after they aren't needed for the Icon SBC, or again, I guess 3, if they're needed. Because again, if they're not needed, I doubt they'll drop down to like 12k. They probably drop down to like 15, 16k, and then if not needed, they'll go down. If needed, they'll go up. So in my opinion, it's too much of a gamble compared to buying 83s to 87s, which I think are a lot less of a gamble because they shouldn't be as inflated as Team of the Weeks are this week. And I think that's wrapped it up, really. So the buys are going to be current Team of the Weeks, you're going to go and buy Sunday, meta Team of the Weeks, you're going to go and buy Sunday midnight through to Monday. The players who are released in the mini release of the Triple Threat promo, you're going to go and buy them Sunday midnight. And then finally, fodder you're going to go and buy on the Sunday morning till midday in terms of 83s to 87s. And then Team of the Weeks, I'd either buy if they're needed for the SBCs, or what you can do is you can buy them if they go down to 12k. I just think it's unlikely. But that wraps up all the investments. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.